That's right. A man who had never run for public office before until this year, Gary Palmer, has won tonight based on the projections. You see the sizable advantage, Sherry. The Republican defeating Mark Lester 75% to 25%. We have Michael Oder with his campaign tonight. In fact, Michael is standing by live with a very happy man, Gary Palmer, who is headed to Congress. Michael.
The people of Alabama now know who will represent them in the 6th Congressional District. Joining us live here on WIAT for his first live TV interview, Gary Palmer. First, congratulations. Second, that all happened very quickly tonight.
It did. You know, I don't know that I've ever seen an election night where the returns were so slow in coming in. I mean, barely any numbers at all, and then all of a sudden, I kind of joked that if I'd known bringing Spencer Backus and Robert Aderholt up to the podium would have turned things that quick, I would have done it an hour and a half ago, but we turned quickly.
You brought up Spencer Backus. You brought him up there. You're taking over for a 20-year Republican who's held that seat, who he said earlier tonight God told him not to run. How do you feel stepping into someone who's had such an extended career in Alabama politics?
Well, it's a tough assignment. Spencer's done a good job for us. He's been a leader, and he's a good man. I mean, if people don't know Spencer, don't know his heart, he's truly a humble guy. He's really a good guy, and I think I just wanted to bring him and Linda up and honor them. And I felt like it was really a passing of the mantle. I was very grateful that they're here.
You're now the congressman-elect for the 6th District. What are the top 3 things that you're going to be focusing on when you take office?
Well, we've got to get our economy growing again. And I think the key to that is opening up our energy resources. That includes building the Keystone Pipeline. We've got to replace Obamacare with something that works, that put people back in control of their health care decisions. And we can do that. We know what to do there. It'll cost less than a third of what Obamacare is going to cost over the next 10 years. And we've got to deal with the regulatory environment. It's crippling our economy, and those will be the top 3 things. And people say, well, you keep mentioning passing budgets. That's the responsibility of Congress. Shouldn't be one of your top priority items. That's our job. So I think we've got to pass sensible budgets.
You're going to come into Congress as a freshman. What are you hoping that you can do for the 6th District here in Alabama?
Well, the 6th District has really struggled economically for a decade. A lot of that has to do with the problems we've had in Jefferson County with the bankruptcy. I think we've got that behind us. We've got tremendous infrastructure here, railroads that reach 78% of the country, a runway at the airport that will handle a fully loaded 747. We've got in the metro area of Birmingham 5 major interstates. We've got the infrastructure. We've just got to convince the rest of the country that we're back in business. I think building the Northern Beltline is going to be huge for that. I think there's opportunities to attract high-tech industry here and to attract more manufacturing, and that's what we want to do. If we can open up our energy resources, get the economy growing again, this district's really going to benefit. The whole district's going to benefit.
Obviously, you talked a lot to voters out there as you were gearing up. You're taking over for Congressman Backus. What were they saying to you, and what is your message to them tonight?
Well, what the voters were saying to me is that they wanted security, and by that they want a stable economy. There's over 90 million people who are unemployed. Alabama's a little better off than the rest of the country, but people knew and they know that we've been going in the wrong direction. We haven't had the recovery that everybody hoped we'd have. So I think the economy was stopped. But one of the biggest issues, and I heard this everywhere, was repeal Obamacare. So many people have lost their insurance. So many people have seen their premiums skyrocket. And that's got to be a top priority of this new Republican majority.
All right, Gary Palmer, the congressman-elect from Alabama's 6th Congressional District. Again, it was a lot of hurry up and wait, and then they announced it, and he gave a speech. A lot of happy voters out here in the Palmer campaign party. Live in Birmingham, Michael Oder, WIAT 42 News coverage you can count on.